Thank you. Time now for Ask the Expert. A nationwide measles outbreak, the worst in decades, is adding more fuel to the debate over child immunizations.
Dr. Brian Baird joining us live this afternoon to put things in perspective. Let's start with this. Is there really a debate over vaccines anymore?
No, I think if you talk to the medical professionals, there's no debate at all. It's important.
Why is this outbreak particularly worrisome?
Well, I think that we're worried about it gaining a foothold, and it's not the people that have been vaccinated, it's the people that haven't that we're worried about them being contagious. It's an extremely contagious disease, and people can get very ill with meningitis and pneumonia and things like that.
And then that in turn, puts people at risk, those who can't be immunized, haven't gotten it yet, immunosuppressed. Absolutely.
It's those people, younger kids under the age of 15 months especially.
I mean, we have this cluster at a daycare just 25, 30 miles south of the state line. Why have we not seen measles in Wisconsin yet, or is yet just the word here?
Well, that's correct. We're not sure why we haven't seen it, but we are surrounded. There have been over 100 cases nationally, and there have been cases in Minnesota, Illinois, and Michigan. We have to remember that people are contagious for 4 days before they exhibit signs of fever and rash. So it potentially is a matter of time. And we have a graphic that shows the places where people can be in close quarters, schools, daycare centers, emergency departments, outpatient clinics, and especially in airlines. Those are the places where you're at risk for getting the contagion.
Based on one of the items on that list there, if you think you have the measles, should you go to the ER or should you stay home?
It depends how sick you are. If you are in the early stages, you just have fever and things like that, then you should probably stay at home and talk to your doctor about if you need to be seen. If you have meningitis or severe pneumonia, you'll probably need to go in and be seen.
I had to take my son to the ER last night, and they were asking, you know, have you noticed a rash? It was definitely on everybody's mind.
It really is.
So you said highest at risk would be those too young to get the shot, and who else?
Kids under 15 months of age, because their immune systems are weaker. The elderly are always at risk. Immunocompromised people who are on chemotherapeutic type treatments, and those are the main people that we worry about.
Is there a booster that people our age should be looking at?
No,
Are we fine?
There really isn't. We usually treat children under the age of 15 months, and then they get a booster at age 4 to 5. Most people have great immunity. In fact, the risk of getting measles if you've had your shots is about 1 in 100.
Okay.
If you haven't had your shots, it's about 90 in 100 if you're exposed.
So what do you do? I'm not worried about myself, but I think my oldest is only 85% protected because he's had the first, not the second, and my youngest hasn't had anything yet. So what do you do?
Well, you avoid those places, as we talked about, that they might get exposed if they haven't been vaccinated. And the best thing you can do is just make sure your child is vaccinated, because that's not only going to help your child, but it's going to help all those other children. And this vaccine is extremely safe, and I think everybody's seen that on the news so far, people talking about how safe it really is to get.
All right, Dr. Baird, thanks for coming in this afternoon. Talking about this on a lot of people's minds. Have a question for our experts? Send an email to asktheexpert@tmj4.com or leave a voicemail at that number right there on your screen.